All right, guys, we are going to start my show here in just a second. This is my food podcast. It's called Sound Bites. If you'd like to comment during the show, please do. And please share while it's live, okay? We're going to do part one now. It's a 25-minute segment. We're going to start in just 1 second. Lots of food news. Stick around. Hello, welcome to Soundbites. My name is Rob Carson on Spoonie.com, Spoonie Radio. Glad to have you here, guys. I've kind of been busy. I haven't been able to do the show as much as I would like to, but we're going to make up for it today because I've got a ton of stuff to get to. Ton of stuff to get to. If you'd like to write me personally, just write me Carson on the radio at gmail.com. If you would like to check out my Facebook page, it is Rob Carson's Table. Rob Carson's Table. All right. And if you'd like to check out my, write me personally, I told you that actually. If you would like to check out my cooking videos, just go to a website called monkeysea.com, MONKEYSEE.com, monkeysea.com. Look up Rob Carson. They're all there, including my Glock of Ages. My Glock of Ages. So share. We are live on Facebook right now, as well as you listening to me right now. Thanks for joining me. Much to get to. Including, we might as well every week start doing a new Miracle Meat segment, because there are several different plant-based fake meat companies that are out there, and they're going like gangbusters, for lack of a better expression. They are very popular right now. They are taking over restaurants. You're going to have a vegetarian Whopper very soon at Burger King. Right now they're testing it in St. Louis. And there's other news. This whole meatless movement is going very well. If you want to, there's a new product called Beyond Meat 2000 or 2.0, Beyond Meat 2.0, which I believe was actually a male dance review a few years ago, kind of like Chippendales. It didn't work out very well. Beyond Meat 2.0. Pizza Hut's bringing back a really cool item. 3 flavors of Ragu pasta sauce have plastic in them. Be careful. Domino's is going to introduce autonomous vehicles. Also, this is the first part of the show. Second part of the show is even better. What not to do in restaurants. It's just tips from people who work in the restaurant biz, things that just drive them nuts. How to reheat your pizza so it's perfect, among other things. So we'll get to. So the first vegetarian thing I want to share right now is that IKEA. Greatest place in the world, as long as you're not shopping with your wife. Can I just be honest here real quick? IKEA is terrible. IKEA is just awful for men who have to shop with their wives. IKEA. So they're just terrible. Because if you go in there with your wife, you're going to be there forever. You're going to be there forever. You're going to be asked questions about things you don't care about. It's going to be, what do you think about these dish towels? Do you think they'll match our, whatever? And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. And then, and you wander around and you're herded through there like sheep. They have a direct way you should go. You enter the store and then there's no going back. And you really want to just go into one of those bedrooms and just lay down and take a nap. But they frown on that. I found out a couple times. But the glory about IKEA, one of the glorious things about IKEA, other than the fact that you're putting together things without instructions that have words on them, is the little diner that they have. And the salmon is wonderful. And the meatballs, come on, IKEA meatballs. Fantastic meatballs. Well, now they're doing a meatless one. They're doing plant-based meatballs. What? Don't call it meatballs then. Don't call it meatballs. Call it plant-based balls. Maybe not. Meatballs. Apparently, they had already introduced a dish called Veggie Balls in 2015. Sounds a lot better name for that content. Veggie Balls. So I haven't had them. I haven't been to IKEA lately. We are going to be going to IKEA because we're buying a house. We're going to be buying a kitchen. I'm thinking about IKEA kitchens. If you guys know anything about IKEA kitchens, write me, Carson on the radio at gmail.com. Because I don't know. Haven't had to do a kitchen in a while. I did a kitchen like 15 years ago in D.C. I'm going to try it. Another meatless item here today. It looks like KFC is testing out a new vegan burger called the Imposter. The Imposter. It started this week, and they're doing it in the UK for about 4 weeks. Patty consists of a vegan protein called corn. Corn products are powered by microprotein. Man, my mouth is watering. I mean, because wow, microprotein. Can't wait to give me some of that sweet, sweet microprotein, which apparently derives from, it gets even tastier sounding, derives from a fungus called Fusarium venenatum. Fusarium venenatum. It sounds like a spell on Harry Potter. Fusarium venenatum. And you turn into a mushroom. That's what happens. You wave the wand, Fusarium venenatum, and you turn into a fungus. The burger is deep fried with the Colonel's original recipe, herbs and spices. That's the only thing that's going to make it not suck. Because let's face it, you could take the original herbs and spices and breading and throw it in a fryer and do that with a shoe, and it would be fine. Hello, Jana Mantooth Clark and David Livingston watching on Facebook. Hi. Share right now. Share right now on Facebook with all of your friends. Say, hey, watch this Rob Carson guy. He's really awesome. Okay. So the Imposter burger. And Beyond Meat 2.0. I was talking about the male dance review. Beyond Meat 2.0. Carl's Jr. has been the sole purveyor of Beyond Meat's new 2.0 burger patties, which have gotten rave reviews as to how close they are to real meat. Starting mid-June, Beyond Meat 2.0 will begin rolling out in grocery stores. So it should be out there by the end of June. Burger patties will be available, new packaging, and ground beef should follow soon thereafter, so you can have the patties and the ground fake beef. So there you go. New patties are made with cocoa butter and olive oil to give it the appearance of marbling, like you would find in ground beef. There are also improvements made to the color, as apple extract has been added to help it brown without getting too much red from the beets inside. The beets inside to make it look like blood, I guess. Beyond Meat has also changed the protein to be a complete source, meaning you'll get all 9 essential amino acids from eating this meat in adequate amounts. Or you could just eat meat. I'm just saying. You could just eat meat. What fast food place is poised to be the third biggest U.S. restaurant chain by sales? Number 1 is McDonald's. You're thinking number 2 is Burger King. No, not even close. Starbucks. Number 3 looks like it's going to be Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Despite campuses and airports in municipalities with politically correct administrators, Chick-fil-A's rocking. And you know why they're rocking? Because they're a great company and the food is awesome and it's fantastic. I had some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets the other day, and I'm going to tell you something. They just make every other chicken nugget pale by comparison. McDonald's chicken nuggets might as well be called chicken, I don't know, stuff. But I'll tell you, they're just good. Everything's good at Chick-fil-A. Everything's good, and your order's always perfect, and it's awesome. I love Chick-fil-A. Apparently, this is what they say. They say that there's a video on their website, I guess, it talks about the strength of a simple chicken sandwich. Wall Street Journal says that the reason why Chick-fil-A is so popular is because of simple ingredients. True that. I said true that. Dear Lord, come on, man. It's not 2001 anymore. Simple menu additions, efficient drive-through performance, and they're always nice. And occasionally you might get called hun if you're a guy by a girl. Company's single owner franchise system, that's interesting. You can only have one. You can only own one of them? Oh, well, okay. No, I think you can own more than one. Yeah, you can own more than one. It's just you're going to be the owner. America's taste for chicken has grown while beef has dropped. It's because they're making fake meat everywhere. Increased market share when compared to other chicken-centric restaurant chains. Chicken-centric, like Popeyes, I'm assuming. Popeyes is okay. Popeyes is okay. How could you fail if you deep fry everything? My Lord in heaven. My Lord in heaven. If you're ever in the Kansas City area, there's a place called RC's, and everything's fried, and it is glorious. And you get here in the Midwest, they attribute the the pork tenderloin sandwich to Indiana, but it's big in Iowa, it's big in Kansas and Missouri, and it's big around. It's 8 inches across, and the bun's 4 inches across, and so it hangs out over the bun, and it's oh my God in heaven, with veggies and pickles and cheese and ketchup and mustard on. Oh my God, so good, so good. If you're in the Midwest, you got to have a pork tenderloin sandwich. Okay, looks like Pizza Hut is bringing back cheesy bites, and it's wonderful. Okay, I'll just say it. It's wonderful. This is the one where it's got the little rolled, like cheese fingers, rolled in crust, making a tearaway little bread bite that you can dip in marinara sauce. And I really like Pizza Hut's marinara sauce. I think it's really actually very good. Also, you know what else I liked? I liked Little Caesars marinara sauce too. Unfortunately, they all went out of business here because the guy who owned them all were crooked. So the Little Caesars near our house went out of business, so I couldn't get the pizza with the bacon crust around it. Stinks. But anyway, it's back. 28 little cheeses around there. You can have a come to cheese this moment. Thank you very much. So they're calling it an appetizer and pizza in one. In one. Last night we got pizza, and we went with Domino's, and they had a pretty good deal. 2 medium 3-topping pizzas carry out $6.99 a piece, and I got 2 pizzas for $16. That was pretty good. If you go to Papa John's, you're going to spend $30 for 2 pizzas. If you want to get 2 large pizzas, if you have it delivered, $35. $35. But there you go. I like Pizza Hut, you know. And I think the cheesy bites they are what they are. I mean, I like local pizza chains. Don't get me wrong. I want to say hi to Glenn, who's watching. Hello there, Glenn. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for watching today. Share on Facebook as we talk food today on Spoonie.com, Spoonie Radio. All right. 3 flavors of ragu pasta sauce being recalled because they have plastic bits in them. Ucky. Apparently, they're little pieces. Chances are you're not going to run into, them. You're not going to have, there's no injuries, no sickness, no complaints, apparently. But apparently, there might be a little fragment of plastic in there, So they got to recall them, and it's going to cost a lot of money. And they're going to throw away a lot of pasta sauce. So that kind of sucks. Ragu chunky tomato, garlic, and onion. These are probably already off the shelves. Ragu chunky tomato, garlic, and onion, like I said, 66 ounce and 45 ounce. Ragu chunky tomato, garlic, and onion, 66 ounce. I already said that. Ragu old world style traditional, 66 ounce. How big is 66 ounce? Is that like a gallon? No, it's 128. Ragu old world style meat, 66 ounce. You do not buy unrefrigerated pasta sauce, and it's not because of safety with meat in it. It's because it sucks. You don't get, you can get meat in a can. I got some chicken in a can in there, and then the Spam and all that. But you don't buy, if you make some Italian sausage or some ground beef if you want to do it old school like my mother. Get some Italian sausage and throw it in a pan and saute it and then throw in your sauce. Don't get sauce with meat at the store. That's gross. It's not even good. It's grainy and small and yucky. Yes, I'm a middle-aged man, and I use the word yucky. Subway is beginning to test its own version of a secret sub-construction method called Aloha style. So apparently there are a lot of people, you go into a place like In-N-Out Burger, and you can, get a burger called Animal Style. So they add secret sauce, cheese, onions, and other condiments to your burger and fries. And that's what you get. It's called Animal Style. Well, this is Aloha Style. What it is they put it on a King's Hawaiian bun. So they're going to put it on an 8-inch King's Hawaiian sub roll. They're doing it in 300 restaurants in various parts of the country. The test involves 2 sandwiches featuring the bread, a turkey, bacon, and provolone, as well as a ham and Swiss. Why don't you make it Hawaiian? So basically, you say Aloha Style. They took a 6-inch sub, and it'll be bumped to an 8-inch King's Hawaiian roll. You get an upgraded portion of meat and cheese to match. This increases to 50% more meal, double the amount of cheese in a 6-inch sub. Right now, Subway is testing the new bread in places like Champaign, Illinois, Reno, Nevada, Richmond, Virginia areas, if you're interested. King's Hawaiian, you want to talk about a franchise. There's King's Hawaiian. There's King's Hawaiian in every grocery store in America. That is a gigantic. Hello, Kathy, and thank you for saying great to hear your voice. It does sound kind of good, doesn't it? Thank you. All right. All right. Saying bye to my daughter and a friend at a sleepover right outside the studio. Bye. Okay, so Domino's Pizza going to debut autonomous vehicles. That's what's going to happen. So you're not going to have a pizza, pimply-faced pizza driver anymore. They're going to start doing it. And this is where it's going, guys. This is where it's going. They debuted futuristic delivery cars back in 2015. They had their own warming oven and could store up to 80 pizzas. Well, now they're announcing the release of self-driving pizza delivery cars. Within the last year, the startup has already landed a partnership with Kroger, helping them deliver groceries in both Scottsdale and Houston. And they made this new R2 vehicle, which, per Wired magazine, is made exclusively for carrying goods. Features a key code delivery system, so you go out and punch your key code, and then you get your pizza. Why not? Think about this. How many lifelong pizza drivers do we have out there? I mean, is this a career? I'd really hate it if it was a career. I mean, the only way I'd do it is if I owned the pizza parlor and I was just, needed to help out. But does anybody really want to be a pizza delivery guy? You're not very well respected. Half the time you probably get screwed on your tips. I don't know. So anyway, they're going to be doing this. Domino's is still allowing people to opt in for human delivery for now. Because, you got to like that interaction as they stand there and they fumble with the receipt and the pizza in the hand and they take it out of the bag and, all that stuff. Costco is introducing something that if you're watching on Facebook, you're going to love this. Costco is introducing a new gigantic donut. It is huge. It's about a foot across. It is covered with pink icing and M&Ms. About the size of your head, a little bit bigger. Only available in stores in Australia at this point. What it looks like for those of you who are not watching on Facebook, it looks like a Homer Simpson's donut from the Quickie Mart, except for it's the size of if you ever go to Costco and you get a angel food cake or a bundt cake, and that's the size of it. It's about the size of an angel food cake or a bundt cake, covered with pink icing, sprinkles, and if that weren't enough, some M&Ms on top of there. I'm not a crazy for sweets guy. I always say that if dessert were made of meat, I would eat dessert. That's what I'd say. Krispy Kreme, speaking of donuts, they're kind of doing Donut 2.0. They're filling their original glazed donuts with cream filling. Why not? There's only so much you can do with donuts, right? I mean, they pretty much is like Taco Bell. You go to Taco Bell, I'm going to order, let me see. Can you imagine the meeting? They're trying to put together, Taco Bell, what is their newest product? Well, here's an idea. Let's get a tortilla, and then let's put some meat in it, and then we'll put some refried beans in it, and then we'll put some tomatoes and lettuce in it, and then we'll put it in a taco shell, and then we'll put it in a chalupa shell. Pretty much you just got a very small group of ingredients, and you just shift the tortillas, and if all else fails, stuff it in another tortilla with the tortilla, and that's what it is. Same way with donuts. Okay, let's take that donut dough, and let's twist it. We'll call that a twisty. Or let's take this, and we'll fill it up with custard, and then let's take this and add whipped cream, and then let's try this. It's pretty, dip it in icing and coat it with sprinkles. Well, they're going to be filling the regular Krispy Kreme donuts, which are just awesome when they're hot, with vanilla ice cream. Classic cream and chocolate cream. Those are the ones. What inspired Krispy Kreme to release such a culinary masterpiece, you ask? The Apollo 11 space flight. Quote, Krispy Kreme was at the launch of Apollo 11 serving fresh donuts to Americans witnessing liftoff of this monumental mission. According to a representative of Krispy Kreme, how could you work for that place and not weigh 400 pounds? As America prepares to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, we want to give our fans a new taste experience that, ready, is out of this world. It's still a donut filled with icing. They've done it before. What do you like better? Do you like Crystal Burger there in the South, or do you like White Castle? Because they're basically the same. They really are. When I was in Atlanta the last time, whenever I'm in Atlanta at Hartsfield Airport or, just anywhere in Atlanta, I got to have Crystal Burger. Got to have it. As opposed to Southern Missouri, Northern Arkansas, it's Crystal Meth. A little different. But Crystal Burger's fantastic. And whenever I'm, we don't have one here in Kansas City anymore. They used to have a White Castle on I-70 heading out of town going east towards Columbia and St. Louis, and they got rid of it. So now I got to drive to Columbia, Missouri, middle of the state, 125 miles if I want to get White Castle, or I can go to the grocery store and get them in the freezer case, and it's not the same. I mean, it's still good, but it's not the same. They got them at Aldi, a little cheaper at Aldi, by the way, and Walmart, in the freezer at Walmart. Crystal Burger has announced a all-you-can-eat deal. Offering dine-in customers the option of ordering unlimited Crystal Burgers with unlimited fries. Are you ready for this price? $5.99. Are you out of your mind, people? Crystal president and CEO Paul Macaluso said Crystal was born during the Great Depression when people needed a fresh and filling meal at a price they could afford. We're honoring Crystal's heritage and generations of value-conscious customers who count on us to deliver on that the original brand promise. Now, they had apparently had first experimented with the all-you-can-eat idea in Montgomery, Alabama, before expanding the deal to include all restaurants. They would lose money on me, people. The offer available at participating restaurants starting at 6 a.m. said to be available for a limited time. Currently has no end date. No end date. I don't know if I have time for this story. Well, maybe I do. There's a grocery store in Canada, and they want to embarrass customers when they don't bring in reusable bags. Okay? So what they're doing is they're doing embarrassing bags. Okay, Canada's East-West market hoping for a future free of plastic bags. And what they do is they want to reduce the customer's footprint. So they are doing these grocery bags, these plastic bags that are embarrassing. Now, I'm showing them to our Facebook crowd. They put them in these bags that say Colon Care Co-op. Okay, Colon Care Co-op. And Adult Video Emporium. So it's called Into the Weird Adult Video Emporium, and ads for wart ointment on these plastic bags to shame shoppers to bring their own bags. And I got to tell you something. I would rather have my bags. I want those bags. I would get those bags just because they're funny. And I don't care if people think I went to the Colon Care Co-op. Customers appear split on the comments section in East-West Facebook page, with some praising the store and others questioning its use of plastic bags in other areas of the store, such as the produce and bakery sections. The founder and owner, David Lee Quinn, remains hopeful the new bags will make a difference. As explained to VancouverIsAwesome.com. So many people own reusable bags but forget to bring them in. We want to help customers remember their reusable bags in a way that really sticks with them. I use those reusable bags quite a bit, but they're just kind of a pain. They're just kind of a pain in the rear end. All right, Alan Halula. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thank you for watching today. I appreciate it. It's a glorious day. Also, Joey Swinky. How you doing, dude? Thanks for watching today. Appreciate it. Oh, and Alan reposted this today. This is just, by the way, for those of you listening, this is part one of the show. We do have another second half of the show that's going to be equally as entertaining. Make sure to make Spoonie.com, which is Spoonie Radio, a favorite on your browser. Bookmark it and watch it, because there are great shows all day. Chef Patrick has a terrific show, and he's a friend, and he's wonderful what he does, and I'm just pleased that they invited me to be a part of this. Let me see. Finally, before we go, well, I'm going to tell you what. We've got the entire second half of the show coming up, and I've got a ton of stuff to get to. So make sure while you have the chance, if you're watching on Facebook, please share it with other people. If not, make sure to share with all of your friends on social media, Spoonie.com. Spoonie.com, because this is not divisive radio, I also do a political show and a politics and comedy show. But food brings us together, right? Unless you're a vegan, and if that's the case, you got an eating disorder. That's just the way it is. That's how I feel about it. So that's what I say. All right, so coming up in the second half of the show, 3 ways to reheat pizza so it tastes like you just got it out of the oven. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right. KFC has debuted a new fried chicken sandwich that I cannot wait to try. It looks incredible. And what not to do in restaurants. Wait staff have got together and put together a list, and you need to listen to this because I can completely agree with it. I am Rob Carson. You're listening to Sound Bites on Spoonie.com, Spoonie Radio. Back in a few. Second half coming up in a second, guys. Stick around, guys. Got some good stuff coming up. Brian, how you doing, buddy? All right, welcome back to part two of Sound Bites with me, Rob Carson. Hopefully one day I hope to do this full time, but unfortunately not happening. So you don't get to hear me as much as, well, I hope you would like to hear me more. A lot of stuff to get to at this half of the show, including things you should never do in a restaurant. If you've ever waited tables for a living. I did briefly, and when I was in high school, I worked at a truck stop. That's where I learned how to cook. And this was a place that I never got tipped, and I had to be the waiter, take the orders, go in the kitchen, make the orders, bring them out, bust the tables, do the dishes, everything. One person job. And when the place was full, I busted my butt. But the positive is, I learned how to get everything done on the table at the same time. Okay. Chris Marks is what? Chris Marks, how you doing, my friend? Chris Marks, the owner of this glorious Three Little Pigs. Three Little Pigs is absolutely fantastic. Chris Marks won the American Royal World Series of Barbecue 3 times. He is a friggin' genius. And if you ever get a chance to go see his go to his place, Crown Center, do it. Three Little Pigs. He has these wonderful burnt ends that they are the best I've ever had in my life. He calls them meat marshmallows, and that is an understatement. They are divine. Three Little Pigs. Three Little Pigs. I'm going to give you a plug here, Chris. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that I get your website correct so they'll be able to check it out. He does sauces and seasonings too, and it's amazing. He knows what he's doing. Pigs BBQ. There we go. This man he knows what he's doing. 3-little-pigs-bbq.com. 3-little-pigs-bbq.com. The sauces and rubs are incredible. They are the best. If you don't want to make your own, and you want sauces and rubs that are just great. Also, he's a big sponsor of the Good One grills and smokers. Those are cookers, I should say. The Good One are amazing. So, Chris, nice to have you joining me today. You owe me. Bring me some meat marshmallows. I'll put you on the show again. All right, so just a second, I'm going to tell you what are you a Costco member or a Sam's Club member? Or are you both? I was both for a while. My wife put the kibosh on that, which I was very disappointed. So basically, I was for a while. Now I'm a Costco member. Costco, Sam's Club, Sam's Club is to Walmart as Costco is to Target. Obviously, Sam's and Walmart are owned by the same company, but it's similar. You know, and all the Walmart, there's some great Walmarts near my home that I go shopping. If you don't have a great Walmart with a Walmart marketplace, grocery store, that's too bad because it's wonderful. I posted on my Facebook page. I went there, and here's a little hint for you. For those of you looking down your nose at Walmart, get off it, all right? Because they're very nice grocery stores, and I'm going to tell you, off the subject, better than Target as far as groceries are concerned. Cheaper. Better and cheaper, okay? Now, I've been to Walmart. There's a Walmart near my work that's not so good. But most of them here in the Midwest, they've really upgraded them. They're wonderful. And they're cheaper than Target. Target has got a smaller grocery selection, and it's much more expensive. Plus, at Walmart, Thursdays and Sundays, usually Thursdays and Sundays, their deli sandwiches, which are awesome, and their pizzas, their deli non-frozen pizzas, they're discounted dramatically. I got two fully, probably 16 inches across, maybe 18, covered with Supreme, all the veggies and meats, 3 different kinds of meats and veggies and all that stuff. Got it for $5.60. So it's awesome. But what's better? Costco or Sam's Club. I'll get to that in a second. But if you want to make some money, listen to this. If you need a job, basically, they pay about $15 an hour in most locations, okay? They have 245,000 employees. Area managers earn an average of $70,000 a year. Merchandising managers make an average of $73,000 a year. If you're a licensed optician in the store, $27 an hour. So that's kind of cool. If you want to do that. But what's less expensive? Well, start with the membership. Gold Star membership at Costco, $60. That's the cheapest option. That includes one free household card, and your membership is valid at all Costco locations. The basic membership at Sam's is $45. Okay, so there you go. It's a little bit cheaper. Here's the difference. You know the difference. Costco's a little more high-end, artsy-fartsy, gourmet. They are. Let's face it. They are. Sam's is not. It's still great. They both have, seriously, they both got advantages as far as selections of products. There are some things that I really like at Costco, like giant bag of peanuts. It's like $5. Costco, the rotisserie chicken is awesome. Well, so Sam's though, and their pizzas are both wonderful. They're just different. There's just different things at each one of them. And when I don't have two memberships, I feel like I'm missing it. So if you look at their signature 2% reduced fat milk, Costco's $2.63, Sam's is $2.68. So about 3 cents. Organic ground beef hamburger, $5.07 at Costco. Sam's Club, $5.99. Costco signature chicken breast, $3.09 a pound. That's wicked high. Sam's is $1.72. And I just bought some yesterday. And generally at Walmart, it's going to be about $1.99 for chicken breast, and that's cheap. I always buy the big package with like eight of them. I have some marinating right now for dinner. Costco signature extra virgin olive oil, $8.30 per liter. Sam's Club, $6.66 per liter. Ew, creepy. Costco signature 2-ply paper towels, 12 count, $170 per roll. Sam's Club, $113 per roll. So cheaper there. Basically, when you add things up, it just depends on what items on your grocery list you're looking for as to which one you're going to save money on. So, if you can do both, do both. That's what I do. I mean, I shop at several grocery stores. I I have discovered, honestly, that the Walmart grocery store is the best grocery store. There's Price Chopper here. There's Hen House. There's Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee's expensive. The meat's way high. I don't like the way Hy-Vee labels their meats. They'll do these thin cuts of meat, these little ribeyes, and they're only $8.99 a piece. And then when you actually add up how much per pound they're getting like $12 a pound for sirloin or something like that. So I don't like the way they do that. I don't like and a lot of grocery stores do that. Hen House does it too. They'll say, hey, salmon fillet is only $7.99. It's a little sliver salmon fillet, and they're actually charging more for salmon when they slice it up in little fillets rather than what it normally costs. So I don't like that. But on Sundays and Thursdays and Sundays, they at Sam's or Walmart, they price down the pizzas. Also, they have a great and a lot of stores do this too. If they have bread that's about at expiration, it's perfectly fine. Bread, baked goods, pies, stuff like that. You'll get them. I mean, for pennies on the dollar at either almost any store you go to now. Walmart usually has their rack of baked goods backed by the dairy. And if you go back, you'll see this big rack, and it's got all this day old bread stuff that they want to get rid of, and it's fill up your freezer with hamburger buns and stuff like that. Yes, I'm a man, and I do the grocery shopping in my house. Not a very manly thing, but I actually enjoy it. I like it, actually. All right, who's watching? Ryan! Ryan, good to hear from you, man. I miss you, buddy. I miss you at the Montgomery County Fair making grilled cheese sandwiches. You're awesome. You are awesome. Keep sharing, guys. I appreciate it. Genetically modified animals could be on the menu. Company is tweaking the DNA of salmon, hoping to sell it to restaurants. So do you have a problem with that? There's a company called Aqua Bounty, based in Maynard, Massachusetts. They are the first company to do genetically modified animals approved for human consumption in America. What it is they grow these salmon, and they've genetically modified them to be ready for consumption within half the time normally. Sorry, I got distracted by Ryan writing me emails or writing me notes. So basically, you can go from egg to table in 18 months. Okay, where farmers would take generations to selectively breed in desirable characteristics and breed out undesirable, a genetic modification can achieve it instantly. People who oppose it call it Frankenfoods. I don't know, man. It's you're using the DNA of the animal. You're not creating another species, So inside the Aqua Bounty's Indiana complex, thousands of genetically modified salmon eggs are now hatching into tiny fish. After growing to roughly 10 pounds in indoor tanks, they can be served late next year. To produce the fish, Aqua Bounty injected Atlantic salmon with DNA from other fish species to make them grow to full size in 18 months. Available at, they will be, Kroger and Whole Foods said they're not going to do it. Not going to do it. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I personally don't think it's an issue. When it just comes to making we've done it with, we do it with plants. Okay, that's been going on for decades, farming. So you can rotate crops. You can get crops, ready for market at an earlier date, things like that. So this kind of stuff there's nothing new about it. Oh my goodness! For those of you watching on Facebook, you have got to see this new sandwich at KFC because I am going to get it as soon as it's available. All right, I'm just gonna for those watching on Facebook, this sandwich looks so good. KFC introducing a new fried chicken sandwich that is stuffed with Cheetos, slathered in Cheetos sauce, and it looks ridiculous. It's the crispy Cheetos. It's the fried ones. Oh my gosh, they're so good. They're just so good. And the puffy ones are good too. So we've got Cheeto sandwiches coming around in July. Nationwide, July 1st. Crispy kernel fried chicken sandwich topped with Cheetos puffs and Cheetos sauce. And a layer of mayo. It just looks wonderful. Quote, for years, people have been creating their own versions of a Cheetos-filled sandwich at home, and now the fried chicken experts at KFC are launching the Cheeto sandwich. Across the U.S., giving fans the cheesy, crispy crunch they love, the brand said in a press release. Both KFC and Cheetos have dedicated and passionate fan bases, so it only made sense to merge these two iconic brands together to provide an irresistible and flavorful sandwich that offers the best of both worlds. And I agree, people. It looks awesome. Would you eat it? You guys on Facebook? Oh, heck yeah, you would. Wow. So, in honor of the launch, KFC is hosting an all-orange everything pop-up event at the KFC on 14th Street in Manhattan Thursday, June 27th. From 4 to 8, those who drop by can try the sandwich as well as other exclusive menu items like Cheetos fried KFC hot wings. Oh, hell. That sounds great. Topped with Cheeto sauce and dust. Also be Cheetos loaded fries with Cheeto sauce and dust, as well as a helping of bacon, and mac and Cheetos bowl made with popcorn, chicken, cheese sauce, and Cheetos dust. Oh, my Lord! Back in January, news broke that the sandwich would be available in Greensboro, Raleigh, North Carolina, Roanoke and Richmond, Virginia, and Greenville, Georgia. And fans apparently just lost it, just went nuts. So that's coming. And as soon as July 1st rolls around, I am going to try it. I'm going to try it. All right. Let's see what else here. Hold on one second. All right. I need to get rid of these. Pardon me for just 1 second. I need to lose that. All right. And, yeah. Let's move on. Do other stuff. I just had a technical issue with my computer. I'm going to go ahead and fix it real quick while we're doing this. Let's see here. Coming up, how many people do you suppose that Air Force One can feed? How many people do you suppose that Air Force One can feed? Air Force One, of course, is there we are. Air Force One, of course, is the president's airplane, and it's essentially there as to be a mobile command center during a nuclear war, and then just how the president gets around. How many do you suppose? Well, the new Air Force One, apparently. Here we go. All right. Technical problems are over. The new Air Force One, Donald Trump has suggested a new Air Force One, and they've made it better. And it's going to be coming around in 2024. 3-story planes have a total of 4,000 square feet for floor space. 2 food prep galleys that can make food for up to 100 people at a time. Okay? 100 people at a time. That's how much you can eat on Air Force One, or how many people they can feed. Pretty amazing for a jet, right? I've never been on Air Force One. I hope that I do when I make my triumphant return to talk radio, which could happen soon. I've got a couple nibbles. I know that some of you miss me on the air, and you should, because I do a good show, darn it. There are also a presidential suite with its own bathroom, office, and conference room, and quarters for guests traveling with the president, including Secret Service officers. I'd love to fly on Air Force One. Love to fly on Air Force One. Have you had Dot's Pretzels, by the way? Have you had Dot's Pretzels? Dot's Pretzels are absolutely amazing. Dot's Pretzels are made in the Midwest originally, then, in North Dakota, and then they started making them. They built a plant in where I live, which is in Kansas, near Kansas City, which is pretty cool. And then also now they've got a plant in Arizona. I just went to Hy-Vee. They've got an end cap there. And Dots is spreading like wildfire. Why? Because they're absolutely awesome. They are absolutely awesome. They are buttery. They're garlicky. They're oniony. They're just amazing. And if you put mustard on them, if you're in my house and you dare to put mustard on, I'll smack it out of your hand before you can get the mustard on it, and then I'll pick it up off the floor and eat it. Because they're that good. When my wife brings home her Dot's Pretzels from where she works at Ace Hardware, just part-time. When she brings home a big bag of Dot's Pretzels, the smiles in our house, oh my Lord in heaven. Just go to dotspretzels.com, dotspretzels.com, dotspretzels.com. Order a bunch of them. Say that you heard me talking about it. You will not regret it. Order a bunch of bags, guys, because you're going to want them. dotspretzels.com. I've got a really weird story about an Uber driver coming up in just a couple of seconds. I mean, it's really weird. 3 ways to reheat pizza so it tastes like it came fresh out of the oven. And my daughter, we ordered Domino's pizza last night, and it was good, and she kind of wanted to have it today for lunch. How do you reheat your pizza? Do you stick it in the microwave? I don't generally do the microwave, just because the microwave tends to make the crust pretty tough in a hurry. Okay, makes it just a little tough in a hurry. So I don't usually do that. What I try to do is thaw the pizza out first. Okay, if you've frozen it. Generally, well, I'll tell you how I do it in a second. But here's how they're recommending. First of all, you have to preheat the oven to 375. Okay? The last thing you want to do is put the pizza in there getting slowly warmer and warmer. Okay? Line a baking tray with foil and pop it in the oven for a few minutes. The idea is get the tray and foil piping hot before it touches the pizza. You can also use a pizza stone. I just got a new pizza stone. I love it. Carefully take out the tray, place the pizza on it, put the tray back in the oven for around 10 minutes, checking it now and then to make sure it doesn't burn. So that's one way to do it. And I think that's pretty good. And like I said, I usually, I've got a pizza stone. And I got it, by the way, I got a new grill, a new infrared grill outside that my wife got me. It's a charbroil. It's nice. It's replacing a little Weber gas grill that I had. Oh, I got to tell you the story. Yeah, okay, so I got this little grill. It's about 16 inches across. It's a gas grill that I had on my deck, and I got it about 6 or 8 years ago. A neighbor living next to us rolled it out to the curb and had the gas canister still on it. It was in perfect shape. And I said to my neighbor, Bob, I said, well, what, you throwing that away? And he goes, yeah. I said, why? He said it ran out of gas. So I took the grill. It was amazing. Mike McGinnis, one of my college classmates, said because of the spring rains have caused 30 to 40% of the nation's popcorn acres to go unplanted, higher popcorn prices are expected this year. Isn't popcorn expensive enough at the movies? What will your listeners think? Mike, thanks for writing me, man. Good to hear from you. I've got an old school, and I bought this old school. I don't remember what it was. It was the old school popcorn maker that it had the wires that on each side that would stir it, and then there was a dome, and the heat would escape from the top. And I put butter and a little veggie oil in there and salt. I do that almost every night. It's the best way to make popcorn. Remember we went through the air popper thing? What the hell were we thinking about air poppers? Dry popcorn. Because people want to lose weight or whatever. It's like dry. It was like making popcorn with a hairdryer. But anyway, that's interesting, Mike. I'm gonna stock up on my Orville Redenbacher. My wife thought I was nuts a couple years ago. I went to Sam's Club and I bought a 25-pound bag of popcorn. It's like, what the hell? Why do you need a 25? Why would you buy a 25-pound bag of popcorn? I said, because I can. Back to reheating the pizza in the oven. Or, whatever. If you don't want to use an oven, there's a slightly quicker way to reheat your pizza. Use a skillet. Okay? Here's what you need to do, and this is really good. Non-stick skillet, medium heat. Place the cold slice of pizza directly on the skillet. Heat it for a couple of minutes. Next, add a couple of drops of water at the pan's base. Make sure that the drops are on the side of the pizza. You don't want them on the pizza. Put a lid on it, because what that does is it humidifies the air inside. This is the best way to reheat a pizza. Is to use the heat and humidity, the surface heat, and then you're circulating the pizza with steam, so you're kind of reconstituting if the crust got a little bit hard or whatever. It's the best way to reheat pizza. Steams up and it melts the cheese, and dang. No, I want pizza. Does this show make you hungry? I just want to make it. Does this show make you hungry? Because I get hungry when I do this show. I do get hungry when I do this show. Let's talk about another sponsor, shall we? Okay. Pit Barrel Cookers. Pit Barrel Cookers created by Noah and Amber Glanville. And Noah was getting back from Afghanistan after several tours. And he and his platoon were greeted by some veterans, and they made him barbecue. And he said, I knew I was home. And this company is exploding. And it's very simple. You get a large, classic, or you can get the mini. You just put your coals in the bottom of it. You open this little hatch at the bottom according to where your altitude is, and then you just back away. Hang the meat in there. Put the meat on the grill or hang it on hooks, and let it go. Put your chips in there. Pitbarrelcooker.com, pitbarrelcooker.com. These are just great cookers. If you're watching on Facebook, you can see the food that I've made there on the right. Pork butt, brisket, ribs, burgers. Burgers are incredible. Pitbarrelcooker.com, pitbarrelcooker.com. You can get a classic for about $300 delivered, and it will last you forever. Pitbarrelcooker.com. I've been talking to a bunch of people about the perfect burger this last week. And one of the things that I've been doing is when I smoke brisket or I smoke pork butt, I dice up the smoked meat and I add it to raw hamburger. And then I make the burger. And I'm going to tell you guys, it is ridiculous. Absolutely amazing. Do that. So what not to do in restaurants? These are things that drive restaurant staff crazy. Marianne Parker, professional etiquette coach and author of Manner, as in a house manner, of Manners. Here are some things that you should not do in a restaurant. Actually, she's saying, as far as tipping, listen to this. The old rule was to tip your server 10% for poor service, 15% for good service, 20% or more for service that goes above and beyond. Times have changed, however. The appropriate tip these days is 20% minimum, she says. Okay? Remember, frugal and cheap are two different things. Okay? If you have a problem paying with paying the tip amount or with tipping customs in general, that's not something you should take out on your server, who counts on tips to make their living, of course. I don't really think about it. I tip well. I don't think about percentage. I know in my head, I'm like, oh, this is over 20%, and you deserve it. But I never completely rip somebody off unless they just suck. Because if you're not a good server and the food's, not the food is wrong, but if you suck at being a server, then you don't deserve to get a good tip. It's just it. Here's something that drives people crazy when they work in the restaurant business: stacking plates and cups when you're finished eating. Stacking plates when done sends a signal to other diners that the wait staff is not tending the table properly, and the act of doing so exposes the stackers as inexperienced diners. In addition, the wait staff usually have a well-practiced system for clearing the plates, utensils, and glassware, and stacking interferes with the system. That's true. Instead, sit back and allow the wait staff to handle the details. And I stack the dishes sometimes. It's stupid. Do not ask for major changes to a menu item when ordering. Okay? You could say a little side dressing on the side, whatnot, but if you're going to ask for barbecue spare ribs with potatoes to be made vegetarian and glazed with garlic sauce over rice, forget about it. Basically, if you need more than 2 changes, forget about it. This is annoying. Leaving your cell phone on the table next to you. Etiquette expert, business of manners, Adioda Sink says, nothing is more irritating for others than listening to your cell phone notifications. You should keep in your pocket when you're in the coffee shop, too. Don't ask wait staff why the website isn't working. It's not their problem. Those kind of concerns keep them from doing their job properly. When one spends too much time lecturing their server on the parking situation or whatever, they have less time to get your drinks and all that stuff. Ordering dishes off menu, something that drives people nuts. Unless you want to call ahead, and if that's the case, you give them a hell of a tip. Okay? Separating salt and pepper shakers. Passing one at a time makes it easier to lose them on the table and means people will ask you for them twice if they want both seasonings. So that's something that kind of odd. Clinking glasses for a toast. Just raise the glasses in front of you because glasses break. toasting with water or an empty glass. Historically, water toasts were reserved for the dead. If you can't have alcohol, choose a beverage which resembles champagne or wine or whatever the rest of the people are drinking. Here's another thing. We're almost done here. Arguing over who's going to pay. Arguing over who's going to pay. That drives waitstaffs crazy. Absolutely crazy. Bringing up provocative conversation topics that can be overheard and taking your frustrations out on your waiter. There you go. Those are the things you shouldn't do, and that should, kind of be common sense, I guess, right? Anyway, my name is Rob Carson. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Sound Bites on Spoonie Radio, spoonie.com. I know that I've enjoyed doing it for you. If you'd like to write me personally, carsonontheradio@gmail.com, carsonontheradio@gmail.com. My Facebook page is Rob Carson's Table, Rob Carson's Table. And my my cooking videos at monkeyc.com. Look up Rob Carson, monkeyc.com, Rob Carson. See you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Spoonie.com, Spoonie Radio. See you soon. All right, guys. Those of you who are watching on the web right now, I would like to thank you for joining me today. You guys, I know, are fans of my show, and many of you are friends. There's some big things happening in my life that I think are going to be very cool. I've got a radio station that is interested in possibly hiring me. We'll see. And I don't want to count my chickens, but hopefully we'll be making the return to radio very soon. And then, of course, bringing all these digital skills and all that stuff. So, again, if you get a chance to, as far as Spoonie.com, please check out Spoonie.com. If you want to advertise on Spoonie.com, write me, because I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good for clients and whatnot to be able to do it. In the meantime, I want to say to you, thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see you soon, okay?